It looks like what's happening with the Strait of Hormuz is going to go on for a very long time. And we know that it's going to affect the price of pretty much everything. In my last video, I shared strategies outside of the typical advice to prepare for it. Over 1,000 people commented on that video. They did the one thing that I was hoping that people would do. They shared more ways to prepare for the coming inflation crisis. Some of the ideas were practical. Some of the ideas were surprising, and that's why I made this video. There is no reason that you have to go through all of those comments on that video because I've done it for you. In this video, we're going to look at the ideas that you shared. These are things that people are already doing. And I want you to stay till the end because I'm sure that there's something in this video for you. It doesn't matter if you're like me and you're living paycheck to paycheck, or if you just want to stretch your money a little bit further. Leave a comment if there's something that you think I should have included on this video. If you haven't seen the original video, I'll link it at the end of this one. First, I want to thank Proton for partnering with me on this video. This morning, I logged into my Proton Mail account and I immediately freaked out. My account said it was scheduled for deletion. Last night, I'd asked my husband to renew my Proton subscriptions for me, which led to where we are now. It turns out he merged the accounts that I have without telling me. When I started using Proton, I used the free version. I was migrating away from the email service I was using to Proton Mail, and that's because I didn't want anyone reading my emails other than me and the recipient. That and the hide my email aliases. But since canceling my cloud subscription, I've been using Proton Drive more and more. Proton Drive ensures that nobody can access your files without your permission. Not even Proton. And that's because it's end-to-end encrypted cloud storage. And it happens in the background. You don't need to manage encryption keys. You just upload your files and it's done automatically, keeping them private and safe. And when you share files that you've stored, you keep control of them with passwords and expiring links and the ability to revoke access to them at any time. Also, remember that Proton products are open source. Thousands of experts worldwide have audited it for security. Proton offers plans ranging from free to business. And like I mentioned, I started with the free plan. Whether you're looking for the free plan or paid plan, I keep a link with discounts in the video description. Shopping used to be one of my most favorite pastimes, but since COVID, shopping hasn't been fun at all. When I do find something that I want or I like, the quality is low or it's overpriced. And this has gotten so normal that it's just frustrating. I used to hate shopping secondhand. I hated the searching, I hated the smells. All of it was a turnoff, but recently I've changed my opinion about it. I realized that if I want quality products at reasonable prices, I have to shop secondhand. Last year, I bought 4 100% wool sweaters for under 125 euros for all of them. I can't imagine what they would have cost if I bought them new. When you need to buy something, your first instinct should be to check if you can buy it secondhand before you buy it from the store. I always check Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, etc. before I buy anything. You can get things used or even brand new at a fraction of the cost. Also, it feels good to be paying another human being instead of a company. I agree, but it's about more than clothes. Most of the furniture in my house is secondhand. When I moved into this house, I had 0 furniture. The best pieces that I own now are all secondhand. And that's what I'm going to do with the freezer I was talking about in the last video. I'm looking to see if there's a business looking to get rid of some of those grocery style freezers. So let's try this. Before you buy anything new, try and find it secondhand. Plant sweet potatoes, they grow everywhere. I believe the same goes for pumpkins and potatoes. If I drop a seed in my yard, next year I have a plant. In the video, I mentioned growing food even if you only have a window. Maybe you think you can't because every plant you touch dies, and that's probably because you're doing way too much. I dug a vegetable garden in the sunniest corner of my small backyard. I tentatively planted a few vegetables and herbs to see if they would grow well. And boy, did they. Last summer, I picked pounds of a variety of tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, eggplants, green beans, zucchini, strawberries, and many herbs, saving a lot of money on produce. This year, I will be planting more intensively and adding some fruit bushes and small trees to complement the fig trees already there. People can plant vegetables in small front or backyards or in containers, in patios, balconies, or even next to a sunny window. When we started our garden 2 years ago, we had no idea what we were doing. Now, we rarely buy produce from the store. Do we still struggle with certain plants? Absolutely. But you won't know what you can grow if you don't try. She started small with what she learned. She's able to do more. Maybe you don't want to try because you don't want to waste money. I get that. That's one of the concerns that I had when I started my garden. Thankfully, I live in a rural area. We saved by using cuttings from our yard to build up our garden beds. And then we went to the farmer next door to get some poop. I get it, not everybody lives in the countryside, but you can learn to compost food scraps to create healthy soil. See if your local library has free seeds. Grow food in containers, even old boxes and totes. Pause to read the full comment. If you've never grown your own food before, I want you to start small, a pot of herbs, a jar of sprouts. Let yourself succeed with one thing before you go ahead and try everything. We're in a time right now when food prices are going up really fast. Anything you can grow means money that you don't have to spend in the store. I want you to tell me in the comments one thing that you think you could grow at home, even if you've never tried before. There were a lot of people who weren't commenting on what they plan to stock up on. Rather, they shared how scared they are, how tight things are, how they're already living as lean as they possibly can. And I'm sure that me saying buy this and buy that to save for the future feels terrible because when hard economic times hit, it's not equal. Some people genuinely have no bandwidth to prepare. And I hope these ideas are helpful if you're stretched so far that you think you're going to snap. One thing I'm doing, knowing that they will take my snap away by midterms, is buying veggie and fruit plants at a store that accepts SNAP. So far as I know, it's still true that you can buy the plants and seeds with your SNAP card at places like Walmart. I did that last year, and I'm teaching myself how to garden. Instead of buying trash bags, I buy bulk and use the packaging as trash bags. Dog food, toilet paper, paper towels, beans, rice. Personally, I reuse containers. I enjoy eating a variety of beans. I feel like it probably has something to do with me growing up in Louisiana, but I take jars from packaged foods and store the beans in them. And what's great about this is that once you start growing beans, the beans become the seeds. And storing these beans in jars uncooked, it actually makes portioning everything easier. And then when the season comes, I can use those jars, those empty jars, to start growing more beans. And beans are just one thing I keep a lot of on hand. They're a great way to save money, and they're just so nutrient dense, and they keep producing year after year. They're painful to harvest, but they produce a lot. There were a lot of suggestions on the last video to get a bidet attachment for the toilet so that you could save on toilet paper, and it's a great idea. Only fear I have is the cold water, but apart from that, it's a great idea. This next comment from the UK I thought was really, really interesting. I recently got my new annual water bill, £105 per month here in the UK. I contacted the water company who installed a water meter for free, and the new bill, properly metered, is now £35 per month. This is because the bill is usually priced at the local property tax rates and not actual usage. This reminds me of my power bill, which hasn't turned out as expected. We're going to court now. But thankfully, our solar inverter actually measures and records the amperages that we receive from the grid. So that should be really helpful. Our home insurance is actually taking care of all of this because having low amperage can damage your appliances. And it's actually cheaper for the insurance company to go to court and fight for us than pay for all of our appliances. Multiple people actually mentioned rechargeable batteries and solar chargers. That's because people are concerned with power disruptions coming. And once you have these things, you just have them. What I want you to walk away with from this video today is that you're more resourceful than you're giving yourself credit for. All of these ideas came from the comments. This is what community is. This is people helping people. It's sharing knowledge and information. Prices are going to keep going up for a while. Things are going to feel harder. So at least take one of these ideas away and just see what happens. If this video helped you in any way, please subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And I want to thank you to everybody who's shared a coffee with me, liked a video, subscribed, commented. I really appreciate your caring and kindness. And if you haven't seen the video, 7 things to buy before the shipping crisis hits, it's right here. Otherwise, you can watch this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.